Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Patron Picks. I am here with a new guest today. This is Michael Weber. Say hi, Michael.
Hi, camera. How you doing today?
Yeah, it's a little weird talking to a camera, but you
is.
get used to it, I promise. So today we're talking a book called All Carry by Mike Wojciechowski. Do you care to tell us a little bit about the plot of this book?
Sure, Bevin. I can do that. It it's a great book about fiction, and you have to suspend belief a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's fun, and that's part of the reason why I like fiction books, which it's new to me forever. I just read nonfiction books only, and I have to read some nonfiction, and I love golf, and I go, this is a great way to start.
So this follows golf, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I, from the desk, remember you as reading a lot of nonfiction. So you said that fiction is fairly new to you.
Yes, I think I started maybe in April or March, and this was the third or fourth.
Yeah, and have you been enjoying that journey into fiction?
It's incredible, yes. I've been missing so much. You know, it helps with creativity, imagination, empathy, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, we love the nonfiction books that give us a lot of information, but
Yes.
sometimes you just need to let go. And you said this is about golf, and you enjoy golf quite a bit.
Yes, I played golf forever, very passionate about golf. I've studied the history of the game a little bit. Most of my best friends are golfers, so it's an important part of my life.
Yeah, so then this gives you a dive into this. So, the characters in this book, who do we follow mainly?
The characters are absolutely fantastic and memorable. The author does a great, Gene Wojciechowski does a great job of describing them. He pulls you in with that. Max Hardway Mitchell, he is a hard luck caddy. He gets fired, so he's down on his luck, and he runs this scruffy driving range in Chicago. Joe Riley is lost his job as a golf announcer, and Joe's son Buddy, they are estranged because Joe's in his job, he was always gone on the weekends and Father's Day.
Right.
And Buddy resents that they haven't spent that much time together, and Buddy's just like a freshman or a sophomore in college.
Oh, that's really interesting. So this is a pretty
And Buddy's a very good golfer as well.
Yeah. So these characters are that the majority male characters focusing on men in golfing, right?
Yeah. Max Hardway Mitchell was a caddy on the PGA Tour. He gets fired. He doesn't really deserve to be fired, but he gets fired. Joe Riley, those people that follow golf would work for something like on TV, you have the Golf Channel.
Yeah.
And Buddy Riley, the son, he actually was a great golfer. Because he's so upset about his relationship with his dad, he quits playing golf.
Wow.
And he's a super talented golfer, but his playing golf reminds him too much of his dad and their failed relationship.
Right. So there's a lot of emotion there, which I think is great, because sometimes we have trouble. I notice that a lot of our books have female main characters, and sometimes men who would like to read don't always have a book that they get to read. And this sounds like something, especially for golfers and sport enthusiasts, that they just absolutely love.
Yes, and it weaves the golf. It talks about people, Jack Nicklaus, one of the greatest golfers of all time, the Masters, which is one of the most famous golf tournaments in the world. People who probably don't even know golf have probably heard of the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. It talks about some famous, if you know golf, but anyway, club makers who made these clubs for Jack Nicklaus. And there's this old man, and the two Buddy goes to the old man's garage sale and finds these clubs, and he buys them real cheap. And I didn't write down the older man's name, and he says, you have to take special care of these clubs.
Well, you have to read the book to figure out who
but he didn't understand it at the time. But he gives the clubs to his dad, who's just a very average golfer, like a bogey golfer. Those that play golf will understand that. Bogey golf's kind of average golf. And with these clubs, he can hit the ball like 400 yards with a persimmon club. Nobody plays persimmon clubs anymore, wooden clubs. And somehow they weave this tale where he gets into the Masters.
Oh, that
Like-
sounds really interesting. And it sounds like the father-son relationship is really important to the core of the book.
Yeah, it references a lot. Bevin and Buddy Riley, the son of Joe Riley, meets the old guy who gives Buddy the clubs. His granddaughter goes to the University of Wisconsin with Buddy. They find that out, and there's just a lot of back and forth about that. And the ending, you're trying to figure out how's this going to end. You know, I think if you read fiction, you go, how's this going to end? What is this going to end? And I go, he can't win the Masters, I don't think, you know, because that would just be almost too much. But if he doesn't win the Masters, how does this book feel good? But it's a feel-good book about golf and life. And what Gene Wojciechowski does this.
So somehow he balances that ending between being realistic but also being satisfying for the reader.
Satisfying, that's the word. Yes, you. The last page, you're definitely smiling and going, yes.
Oh, that's
got
wonderful.
it, perfect.
We need books that make us smile by the end. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that this book could or even will become a movie, but I also believe that I like the book versions better than the movie versions.
It gives you a lot more detail.
Oh,
You have
Okay.
the time to add that detail that the movie doesn't always get to add. So I get that totally. And is this the first time you've read this author?
yes, I knew him from ESPN. You know, he's
Yeah.
been around maybe over 30 years on ESPN, and he does these wonderful essays during a college football season, these human nature stories. So I was very familiar with him, and he has written a few books. This is not his first book. I think this is his first fiction book.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. You have to fact check me on that.
All right, but it is the first book you read by him, even though
Yes.
you've been familiar, and so other people who know ESPN and the sport world would also recognize his name.
Yeah, yes, and that, Bevin, that's one of the reasons why I go, okay, yeah, I want to read this, because I knew him and how good his work is on TV.
Oh, that's
I
great.
figured it would translate to his writing.
And did it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I recommend this book to my friends, people who like golf, even if you like sports, even if you like, just maybe human nature, even you would be interested in this book. At least give it a try.
Oh, that's great. Well, Michael, I really appreciate you giving this review of the book. I am actually interested in picking it up, and I'm not one who normally reads this, so you've definitely compelled me to give it a try. And I hope you have for others as well. I'm sure you have. So if you are interested in All Carry by Mike Wojciechowski, then go ahead and check out the Shenandoah catalog on our website, or go ahead and click the link below to check that out. And we hope to have you back again, Michael. This has been great.
Thank you, Bevin, for having me today.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep. So give a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Otherwise, have a great day.